We're diving deep into the top 3 most valuable 1976 D Bicentennial Eisenhower dollar, 1976 D Kennedy half dollar, and the legendary 1976 Bicentennial quarter dollar. Worth thousands, even hundreds of dollars. Some rare era versions can make you rich. From double dies to off-metal strikes, these hidden treasures are shocking collectors. We're diving deep into the rarest and most valuable 1976 era Bicentennial quarter dollar, coins that were struck by mistake, overlooked for decades, and are now exploding in value. We'll uncover their mysterious history, the jaw-dropping minting errors, and how you might just have one hiding in your change. This is not just another coin video, this could be your ticket to a fortune. Let's rewind the clock to the early 1970s. America was preparing for its 200th birthday, the Grand Bicentennial celebration of 1776 to 1976. And to honor this historic event, the U.S. Mint launched a special coinage program unlike any other in the nation's history. 3 circulating coins received commemorative designs: the quarter dollar, the half dollar, the Eisenhower dollar. The 1976 Bicentennial quarter was particularly iconic. Struck on a clad planchet condition, these coins can command upwards of $250,000 to $300,000 at high-end auctions. Double die obverse DDO. Certified examples in near-perfect condition, MS67 and up, have sold for over $150,000. And rumors persist of private deals exceeding $200,000. Struck on a nickel planchet. One such coin in mint state condition has been privately appraised at over $200,000. How to identify a rare 1976 Bicentennial quarter dollar? Now comes the exciting part. Could you find one of these rare quarters in your collection or pocket change? Here's how to identify the rare ones. Check the edge. Silver Bicentennial quarters have a clean, solid silver edge, no copper band. If it's supposed to be silver but has the copper core, it could be a planchet error worth thousands. Look for doubling. Use a magnifying glass to examine. If any of these letters appear shadowed or duplicated, you could be holding a valuable DDO, double die obverse. Weigh the coin. Standard clad quarter, 5.67 grams. Silver quarter, 5.75 grams. Nickel planchet error, 5.00 grams or less. If the weight doesn't match, that's a strong clue you may have a valuable wrong planchet error. Real auction prices. These coins, still skeptical? Let's look at some real-world auction prices that prove the market's hunger for these rare 1976 Bicentennial quarters. 1976 S silver quarter, error on clad planchet, sold for $200,000 at a heritage auction in 2022. 1976 DDO Bicentennial quarter, mint state 67, sold for $250,000 at a private collector showcase in 2023. 1976 quarter on nickel planchet, MS66, estimated value, $300,000 plus, currently held in a private collection. These coins don't just have historical significance, they are investment-grade rarities. The rare 1976 D Bicentennial Kennedy half dollar with major mint errors. While most people assume it's just worth 50 cents, collectors in the know are cashing in big time. We're talking for the rarest and most dramatic error coins tied to America's 200th birthday. So grab your half dollars and get ready, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to spot these hidden 6-figure coins and possibly uncover a jackpot sitting in your very own collection. The Kennedy half dollar was first introduced in 1976 following the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy. It was a symbol of hope and remembrance. But in 1976, the coin took on a new meaning as the U.S. prepared to celebrate its bicentennial, 200 years of independence. For this momentous occasion, the U.S. Mint redesigned 3 iconic coins: the quarter, the Eisenhower dollar, and of course the Kennedy half dollar. All 3 featured dual dating, 1776 to 1976. The reverse of the Bicentennial Kennedy half dollar was designed by Seth G. Huntington, featuring Independence Hall in Philadelphia, the birthplace of American freedom. Wrong planchet strikes. One confirmed 1976 D Kennedy struck on a 40% silver planchet, sold for over $22,000. $100,000 plus depending on severity and condition. Double strikes and off-center strikes. A small number of 1976 D halves were struck twice, or off-center by 10 to 60%, sometimes with parts of Kennedy's face or Independence Hall missing. $150,000 to $200,000. Wrong metal foreign planchet strikes. Kennedy struck on a 10 centavos Mexican planchet. It sold for $18,000, despite being in circulated condition. $250,000 territory here. Auction records. Real market sales. Let's look at real numbers. $22,325 1976 D Kennedy struck on a silver planchet, PCGS MS65. $14,800 off-center strike with bold date, PCGS MS66. $25,000 plus, missing clad layer, MS67 grade. $39,000, double struck error with partial collar. $55,000, wrong planchet and broad strike combo. $150,000, triple error coin, off metal, off center, and strike through. $200,000 plus private sale, rumored dual error Kennedy half from Denver with full details. And collectors believe there are a few unfound examples that would fetch $250,000 or more if graded and authenticated today. How to identify a rare 1976 D Bicentennial Kennedy half dollar. Time for the detective work. Here's what you need to do. Check the weight. Standard clad, 11.34 grams. Silver, 11.50 plus grams. Foreign planchets, varies from 9.5 to 12 grams. A simple kitchen scale can help spot wrong planchet coins immediately. Examine the rims and strike. Are the rims uneven or stretched? Is the strike off center or doubled? Are letters or images warped? Look for missing clad layers. Flip the coin over. If one side is copper colored or has no shine, you may have a layering error worth thousands. Listen to the sound. A silver coin has a high-pitched ring. A clad coin. Today we're diving deep into one of the most electrifying discoveries in the world of coin collecting, the 1976 D Bicentennial Eisenhower dollar with rare mint errors that have fetched six-figure price tags at major auctions. So buckle up, collectors, because we're going on a journey through numismatic history, hidden mint mistakes, and jaw-dropping values that could literally change your financial future. Let's go. Before we reveal the rare error that turns this coin into a small fortune, let's take a brief look at the Eisenhower dollar itself and why the 1976 D Bicentennial version is so iconic. The Eisenhower dollar was first minted in 1971, honoring President Dwight D. Eisenhower and the Apollo 11 moon landing. It was the first US dollar coin issued since the peace dollar was discontinued in 1935. Then came 1976, the United States was celebrating its 200th birthday, and the US Mint went all out. Instead of the usual single date, these commemorative coins were struck with dual dating 1776-1976 foot, honoring the birth of the nation. Wrong planchet errors. An example of a 1976 D struck on a 40% silver planchet sold for over $30,000 at auction. But that's only the beginning. Double strikes and off-center strikes. Coins that have been double struck, or struck off-center by 10% or more, some of these have sold for $100,000 to $120,000, depending on condition and severity of the strike. Clad layer missing errors, collectors go wild for these, and some of the finest examples have fetched over $150,000. Market prices and auction highlights. In recent years, collectors and investors have paid massive premiums for rare 1976 D errorite dollars, $29,375, 1976 D struck on silver planchet, graded MS66 by NGC. $55,000 1976 D off-center broad strike with multiple die clashes. $85,000 split planchet with strong strike and full details. $100,000 wrong planchet, broad strike, and off-center combo error. $150,000 to $200,000 private sales reported for dramatic dual error coins with strong eye appeal. And here's the best part: many of these coins were found by everyday collectors, not dealers or investors. People like you and me, who knew what to look for and struck gold literally. How to identify a 1976 D Bicentennial Eisenhower dollar. So you're probably wondering, how can I tell if my 1976 D Eisenhower dollar is one of the valuable ones? Here's a checklist to help you out. Weight the coin. A standard clad Ike weighs about 22.68 grams. A silver planchet version weighs about 24.59 grams. If your 1976 D weighs closer to 24.5 grams, you might have a wrong planchet error worth thousands. Look for off-center strikes. Is part of the design missing or shifted? Are the rims uneven or thin in places? Off-center errors are extremely collectible when paired with visible dates.